jump on, and had just another little aha brilliant moment in regards to integration from my trip to Japan. And while I'm going through all of these seeds, because I got to plant my garden, I wanted to come on and share my aha moment with you, because I think I came home just just, it wasn't settling, it wasn't integrating. I keep trying to figure out why I don't know, it feels like a little bit of distress, like what the information I was getting is not resonating with me. And I think I figured it out why. So we were in all of these places and spaces with these spiritual masters who are amazing, and yet their message didn't align for me. Like, so much of the messaging I received in Japan was to tune inwards, but then also cut off and cut out any kind of sensory information. And I have been on a spiritual journey for a long time, but particularly my spiritual journey has shifted since I went to Costa Rica last October, and I started training and studying Tantra. And so I met one of my mentors. She's been on the podcast. I love Kashi to death. She's one of my priestess trainers and mentors. And so much, and I have so many other voices that are very much like, your GPS system is your womb space. And I just remember sitting in Costa Rica in this discussion, this Tantra workshop, about how our wombs are our GPS centers, how our womb space needs to be connected with Mother Gaia, that we need to have this direct line to her power, because the earth is divine, we're divine, nature is divine, all aspects of nature are divine, the four-legged friends are divine, the creepy crawlies are divine, the finned friends are divine, the feathered friends are divine, we're all fucking divine. And I love it, right? And so here I'm in Japan, super contrast. Other side, I'm sitting in this Zazen meditation. The spiritual master up there, the Zazen master up there, has got this giant stick, and he's ready to hit you over the back if you move out of position in any way, or if he just wants to. And he's basically, his message is, you are not special. You are not special. And I remember leaving that, and I remember walking with my dad, who was also on the trip with me, and going, you know what, I'm fucking special. Like, the two worlds are not lining up. And where does it fucking fit in with Reiki? Because I gotta tell you, I do Reiki every fucking day. Like, it is so part of my life, whether I'm doing sessions, whether I'm working on myself, whether I'm doing home energy clearings, like, Reiki is part of my world. And knowing that my womb space is my GPS center, knowing that Reiki is what turns me the fuck on, Reiki is what lights me up and opens me up, who am I to say to shut that down? When I'm most in my flow with Reiki, it's when I speak light language. It's when I feel expansive. It's when I feel good. And what I know to be true is that when you feel good, when you feel expansive, when you feel enlightened, when you feel alive, it's the universe's way of saying yes, follow that. It's not cut off, deny your senses and your intuition and your clairvoyance and go to zero. And that is very much what I feel like the Buddhist mentality that I was getting indoctrinated with in Japan was. It was just like, cut it off, cut that part of it off. And it just rubbed me so in the wrong way, because I have been spending the last 6 months, probably more than 6 months, more like 8 months, saying yes to my femininity, yes to my divine feminine nature, yes to my wildness, yes to my muchness, and being okay with that. Like, that is part of who I am. And so I'm here to say, like, you can have all of that yesness and enlightenment and expansion and this soulful nature for your Reiki practice, and not deny who you are, not deny your senses. Because I feel like if your sensory system is giving you information, there for a reason. It's to help guide you on this path of discovery, and that we need to be feeling into that, moving forward in that, and saying yes to whatever feels good, right? And so what does it feel like? That is supposed to be our GPS system. If we aren't in tune with our feelings and our sensory system, then that is when things can go awry. That's when ego shows up. That's when we get taken advantage of. That's when things that we perceive are distorted, because we're not locked into our senses, into the earth, into Mother Gaia. And so I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue doing my Reiki practice. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm a feminist. I am a divine priestess. Like, that is my chosen life. And I love Reiki. I love Reiki. And I feel like it is an enhancer to everything I do. And just because I was exposed to really a lot of Buddhism, I wasn't really exposed to a lot of Reiki on my Reiki pilgrimage. I understand the cultural background, I understand the history, and I can teach it. I can say this is what it was born out of. And I can say I also live in 2025, and it fucking doesn't need to be that way. That we can use this as a way to lift our lives up and guide us into next places and spaces based on our intuition, based on our clairvoyance, based on our spiritual gifts, and based on our connection with the earth. So go do some Reiki, people. I love it. And know that tomorrow night, on Thursday night, I think it's June 7th. June 7th? I don't know. Let me see. June 5th. That is tomorrow, June 5th. Oh my goodness. June 5th, I'm going to be doing a webinar on understanding the deities of Mount Kurama, because that is a whole other thing. And there's only one female deity on Mount Kurama, and we all know and love her. But do we know her name in Japan? You'll learn more tomorrow night on that webinar. And then I have a Reiki Master Teacher training coming up in 1 week. We start next Thursday, and I'm going to dish it all out. I'm going to give it all to you for reals. You're going to have, like, I think it's about 3+ hours of history training. So if you want to know the true real history, like PhD level, like resources, and bibliographies, like that whole thing, like that is going to be included, as well as the Eastern chants, the Eastern practices that were as original as you can get. And how do we make it modern? How do we bring it into modern day? How can we say yes to our intuition? How can we say yes to you? How can we say yes to our life fully and completely, and be in alignment for a yes to Reiki, a yes to teaching Reiki, yes to spreading Reiki, because it ultimately still is a thing that is fundamentally helping people come into their own alignment, come into their spiritual awakenings, come into their vibrancy. Is so much has to do with the Reiki training. Like, I love it as a foundation. It enhances everything else. It is a fantastic foundation to have in any spiritual practice. So if you are ready for your Reiki Master Teacher training, meaning you're a Reiki level 2, or you're a Reiki Master, or even a Reiki Master Teacher training and want to learn a different way, come over to Reiki Fusion with me at Moon Rising Shamanic Institute. I can't wait to see you there. Mwah. Take care, everyone.